Hey Birchouse friends, welcome back. This week's question comes from LMT Chick, who asks, Hey Birchouse, what wood or woods are you currently working with right now? This is an exciting question because I don't get as many questions about wood as I would like. Um, but right now we're working with white pine for our recreation of one of the Gokstad shields. They were made from white pine, and it ended up being harder to find than you would think. I was really surprised at how much effort it took us to find the appropriate species of white pine, but we got it in. We're working with it. So I'm also currently working with, and what I'm most excited about working with right now, uh, honey locust. This is one of my favorite woods, just visually, uh, and this is going to be a axe stave for a Dane axe. And honey locust is a species that is in the same family as acacia and black locust. And you can see it has a straight grain. Sometimes it has kind of a irregular grain, and it can be the sapwood can be or the hardwood can be the heartwood can be a kind of a creamy color, and the sapwood can be this kind of reddish or honey colored color, and just a really cool species, a really dense and hardy species. So it's really good for structural builds like fences, but also very good for things like hammer handles or axe handles. And if you ever want to know, if you're ever out hiking or whatever, you want to know what try to identify a piece of honey locust, look no further than these hateful needles, these hateful thorns that they have. They can grow from 1 to 4 inches long. And growing up, my grandmother had a creek in her backyard, and she had these honey locust trees in the back. And boy, have I been stabbed with these more than a few times in my childhood. But if you find a tree with a bunch of these thorns really thickly all up the sides of it, this is honey locust. These thorns I actually have a pile of them in the back in the wood storage room, because these things can be turned into needles, and have historically been turned into needles for knot binding, and for some degree of sewing. So a really cool species, a really cool tree with a lot of history in American culture. Just a very cool species. That was a great question. Thank you so much for asking. If you ever have a question for Birchouse, comment below with Hey Birchouse and ask, and we'll answer in a future video. In the meantime, we'll see you all next Wednesday.